To our GPNP Police General Benjamin Acorda Jr., sir. To our PNP Press Corps, good morning. Welcome to our regular Monday press briefing. Before we start, let me acknowledge, of course, our GPNP Police General Benjamin Acorda Jr., sir. He is joined by Police Major General Robert Rodriguez, our Director for Directorate for Personnel and Records Management, sir. Also with us this morning is Police Brigadier General Constantino Chinayog, the Director of Forensic Group, and of course, Police Brigadier General Nino Cabaya, the Director of PNP Retirement and Benefits Administration Service. Before we proceed to our question hour, may we hear the opening statement of our Chief PNP, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the PNP Press Corps. Thank you for attending this press briefing. Exactly a week since we launched nationwide law enforcement operations to implement gun ban over the country in relation to the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections, the PNP has so far arrested 241 gun ban violators and confiscated 130 assorted small arms and light weapons in checkpoints and other police operations across the country. That data is as of 11:59 p.m. September 3, 2023. Metro Manila registered the highest arrest with 64 gun ban violators, followed by Region 3 with 46 and Region 7 with 22. These arrested individuals were charged for violation of the Omnibus Election Code in relation to COMELEC Resolution number 10905. At this point, to avoid similar problem, we are once again reminding all holders of permit to carry firearms outside residence issued by the PNP that the gun ban remains in effect until November 29, 2023. Our country usually holds election every 3 years, and records would indicate that implementation of gun ban during election period supplanted by enhanced police operations contributes to crime reduction. This holds true during the start of the election period last week, when we recorded an 8.66% drop in crime volume, which translates to 2,441 less incidents compared with the preceding week. We are optimistic that with the support and cooperation of the general public, this trend will continue throughout the 90-day election gun ban period. We have informed the COMELEC of this development, as well as action taken by concerned PNP units to address suspected election incidents, particularly those perpetrated by partisan armed groups and political personalities in some provinces. In response to this, over the weekend, we fielded some 150 personnel from national and regional police maneuver forces in Malabang, Lanao del Sur, to maintain and ensure peace and security in the area. Through its commitment, the AFP provided support by deploying CAFGU forces in this area. Meanwhile, the 5-day period for the filing of certificates of candidacy across the country, including some areas where the filing period has been extended due to inclement weather, was generally peaceful and orderly. On other matters, the PNP is usually fully cooperating with the ongoing public inquiry in aid of legislation initiated by the Senate Committee on Public Order and Illegal Drugs, chaired by Honorable Ronald M. De La Rosa, concerning road rage incident and other operations and concerns. The PNP remains steadfast in its commitment to improve and strengthen our processes and procedures in order to provide our better service to our people, whom we have sworn to serve and protect. That's all, and I am now ready for your questions.
Thank you very much, sir. The first to throw question is Mr. Jun Veneracion of GMA7, followed by Ms. Chrissy Di Matulak of CNN Philippines.
Good morning po, Chief.
June.
Unang-una po, dun po sa mga drug test na kinakandak ng PNP, meron pa po bang sumunod after ng Chief of Police ng Mandaluyong, sir?
Yeah, there are some other personnel who were tested positive, and for the details, the director of forensic group is here with us. But I would like to say that this is a continuing activity, talagang tuloy-tuloy yan, to make sure that our personnel are constantly checked, and also to give warning to our personnel to really avoid this kind of wrongdoing. Anyway,
Sir, bago po kay General Chinayo, ano pong maaasahan ng publiko mula po sa inyo doon sa mga magte-test ng positive, lalo na po yung confirmatory talaga?
well, definitely, there are some further procedure like the confirmatory test, and in line with that, it's a ground for dismissal once all the proceedings are done. And also, ang asahan ng publiko is we are reviewing yung ating mga records, kung ano yung mga nangyari na, ano yung mga areas na mga of concern, especially in this aspeto na nagpa-positive. We have historical data, and nire-review natin yung mga dating nag-positive na, i-review natin kung may mga nakabalik ba, mga ganun ba. Yeah, we have a record, yung lahat ng mga nag-test ng positive noon, kahit noon, when we started this drug testing.
May we hear from Police Brigadier General Chinayog, sir?
Hi, good morning. Good morning to our friends from the media. Tama yung sabi ng ating mahal na Chief PNP, ay yung drug testing natin sa ating mga PNP personnel is a continuing activity by the PNP Forensic Group. Sa katunayan, for this year, calendar year 2023, we already tested 115,983. So short lang tayo ng 17 test, and it will amount to 116,000 personnel. Out of this, meron tayong positive na 24. So percentage-wise, let me just put this into perspective that it is just 0.02%. It is not even 0.2%. It's 0.02% yung na-test na yung mga nag-positive. No, PNP personnel natin. At dagdagan ko rin lang yung sabi ni Chief PNP na we have procedures on how to go about pag nag-positive ang isang personnel. So, first is, pag nakuha yung urine sample niya, may initial screening. So, doon sa screening, lalabas na kung positive or negative on either meth or marijuana. If positive yung screening test niya, it will still undergo confirmatory test diyan pa rin sa amin. And that's the only time that we will be issuing a formal report that indeed nag-positive yung urine specimen niya. And that's the report na ipina-furnish natin doon sa kanilang unit commanders and also the PNP personnel concerned. At doon sa report natin, nakalagay doon na they are given 15 days to challenge yung result nila.
Pag-challenge, anong process po yun?
I mean, if they want still to have yung specimen na ang i-challenge nila, na if they want to involve another third party na para to erase any doubt na may o kayo nagkamali kami or whatever, yun yung purpose nun.
Pero same sample, no?
It should be the same sample. It cannot be na different sample.
Going back to the question for the Chief kanina, sir, aside from the Chief of Police of Mandaluyong, meron ba sumunod pa?
As of now, wala pa. Siya yung latest na, but we are still waiting for the reports of other regions pa. Because lately lang naman it was just last week or a week ago, right? It was just, he was tested August 24 and the result, screening test was done August 24 and the confirmatory result was released August 26.
Kung mag-backtrack tayo a bit, you talk about yung for this year, 24, lahat po yung nag-positive, no? Kung mag-backtrack tayo ng a year or two, may data po ba kayo, no?
We have the data but pinapakawa ko lang if you would just, I beg your indulgence, kukunin ko yung data. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May we hear from Ms. Chrissy Di Matulak, ma'am.
Sirs, good morning po. Sir, update lang po doon sa mga police ng QCPD na kinasuhan sa pleb. Sir, paano po yung process dito since pleb is, if I'm not mistaken, a civilian court?
Ano yung tanong?
Yung mga police QC, sir, na kinasuhan regarding sa viral road rage incident?
If they were charged sa pleb, merong kung sila dyan. It's under, it's a composition of so many sectors. May mga legal, may mga teachers, and meron din sa religious. And the decision of the pleb is matatawag natin final and executory. So talagang very powerful din ang pleb.
Sir, if I'm not mistaken, andito yung kasama natin yung director in charge of PNP Personal Benefits. Sir, can you just enlighten us? Because this weekend, sinabi po ni Senator Francis Tolentino na pinapabalik daw yung benefits, yung retirement benefits nitong si Wilfredo Gonzalez. So can we confirm this, sir?
Yes, good morning. We are, as a matter of procedure, we are already preparing the demand letter for Patrolman Gonzalez to return the money. Yes, we confirm that we are already taking initial actions for the recovery of the said overpayment of his pension.
Sir, regarding sa pension niya, ilang years po yung covered nun? Kasi if I'm not mistaken, 2016 siya nag-retire, tapos 2018 yung order, di ba?
Yes, he was able to receive his CAL, which is actually entitled talaga siya doon. Yung, that's basically the terminal leave earned credits na yun. Nakatanggap din siya ng 3-year lump sum pension po. 3 years. Starting 2016 up to 2019. But when we received the dismissal order, when the PRBS was able to receive the dismissal order, his monthly pension, which is supposed to start in 2019, it was not anymore activated. So basically, he is not anymore receiving pension from us.
Sir, magkano po yun, sir? Yung lahat, yung accumulated na natanggap niya?
I have a figure here. He has the amount, but that will be the subject of our pension recovery. But the amount I will just give you later on. Yes, sir.
Sir, paano po yun pag hindi niya binalik?
It will be taking civil action against him. We have already referred this to our legal, and then civil action will be undertaken against him if he refused to return the amount.
Sir, other issues naman po. Meron daw pong nagpaputok ng baril sa COC filing sa Lanao del Sur. So can you enlighten us or share more?
Yeah, this was reported by our lower unit, that is in Malabang, and we are now beefing up our forces there to make sure that there will be no further violations or similar incidents that will happen in that area. Yung nagpaputok, he was identified by our ground units, and we are now preparing the necessary charges against him.
Sir, last question na po from me. Sir, may guidelines na raw po ba sa money ban, tungkol sa money ban? Ban ng COMELEC?
Yung vote buying. Yeah. Well, we have the COMELEC laws, we have this to be implemented. Now, with regards to the guidelines, I think that will be our part of our discussion sa ating mga lower units. Kasi it's something new, so we have to explain them para hindi tayo magkakamali. But before cascading that, we will be clarifying also some matters with COMELEC.
Thank you po, sir. Yun lang.
Thank you, ma'am. May we hear from Mr. Alfred Dalison of People's Journal, followed by Mr. Brian Castillo of TV5.
Good morning, sir. Sir, question lang. Sabi mo kanina, you will be fully cooperating with ongoing Senate investigations, yung mga abusive acts and other irregularities. Sir, merong mga concerns being raised by men on the ground about the way our policemen undergoing investigation are being treated by some lawmakers, yung napapaya na raw ng gusto, nababastos. And as the father of the PNP, how do you react to that, sir?
Yeah, I've seen some comment like it's some sort of medyo yung word nga is it's a call to action. But being the father of the PNP, it hurts me really pag tayo ay nababastos sa Kongreso or sa in any other hearing. But you know, respect is how we are being treated. I do believe in the wisdom of the Congress and the legislative body, yung ating mga senators. I believe in their wisdom. I believe in their intentions. Now, with regards sa nababastos tayo, talagang nasasaktan din ako as the father of the PNP. Kung pwede nga lang maiwasan to or pwedeng kumbaga, makumbinsi ang ating senators to treat us the other way. But, you know, they are a separate branch. We cannot impose upon them. And also, we cannot impose respect. Respect is something that we need to earn. That's why dapat ang mga kapulisan magkaisa. We have to show to our legislators that we deserve their respect. And we can only do that by doing things the proper way, by doing things in the professional way, by following the rule of law. Andyan yung mga batas, andyan yung dapat sundin natin. And the only way for us to be respected is to act professionally and appropriately. Propriety palagi yan eh. If we are not acting with propriety, medyo kuminsan makakatikim din tayo. So I think we really dapat magkaisa tayo. Kung may call to action man na magkaisa, is dapat magkaisa tayo na ipakita natin sa buong bayan, sa mga Pilipino, especially to our legislators, that we are composed or we are men deserving respect by doing the right things. Yun lang na nakita kong call to action na dapat gawin ng kapulisan. Kasi hindi natin pwedeng i-impose ang respect. Ine-earn po yan.
Thank you, sir. Last question, sir. Siguro makakasagot rin si General Rodriguez, sir. Sir, recently, sir, nag-oath-taking na yung more than 100 former MNLF and MILF combatants, mga regular members, as members of the police force. And according to the NAPOLCOM, nearly 5,000 ang overall mare-recruit na mga former MNLF and MILF combatants. My question is, gaano katindi yung screening po ng mga ito? And how can you assure us na hindi po mauulit yung mga incidents na yung mga police ay nagiging virtually private armed group ng mga ibang politicians, lalo na po dun sa lugar na yan?
Well, with regards to the recruitment, lately we were able to have the 102, 52 from MILF, 50 from MNLF, to take their oath. And in line with that, with regards to the screening, they went through the process. Talagang kung ano yung ginagawa natin in a normal recruitment, ginagawa natin yan. And we've done it through QR codes, so talagang walang favoritism or there's no special treatment. And with regards to the 5,000, in as much as we wanted to fulfill that, but there are some restrictions. Una yung budget and also yung the applicants. Kagaya niyan, we were supposed to have 400 na mag-take oath. But only out of the 1,000 nag-applicants, actually, it started from 17 na nag-exam yata, 17,000. Basta maraming nag-exam. But after undergoing all through the process, hanggang sa neuropsychiatric, 102 lang yung nakapasa. Out of the 400 na dapat i-take out natin. But nevertheless, itinutuloy-tuloy natin basta mayroon pang available na quota. So the remaining 298, itutuloy natin yan. There will be another process of or cycle of recruitment. Now, with regards to the assurance na hindi sila magiging problema or magiging private army ng ibang tao, that is one of yung talagang binabantayan natin, and kasama rin yung CBI and also kasama sa neuropsychiatric exam. And I do hope we have those fears, but andyan naman yung mga commitment ng ating mga BARM officials that they will be used as kung ano talaga yung trabaho ng pulis ay gagawin po nila.
Thank you, sir. May we hear from Mr. Brian Castillo, sir?
Sir, good morning. Recently, sir, yung COA, Commission Audit, notice yung 433 security personnel para kay Vice President Sara Duterte. And medyo na-question, sir, ng COA to yung bakit to ganong karaming security personnel. And yesterday, sabi ng OVP, itong naging action nila is basing on the assessment of the AFP and PNP. Sir, nagkaroon ba na yung assessment? Can you confirm, sir, may ganun bang assessment?
In all our deployment of PSPG personnel, meron tayong mga may mga security assessment, threat assessment, and also as the second highest official of the land, there are some entitlements. So yun ang mga considerations natin. And on the part of the police, we have deployed the appropriate number, to my understanding. I don't have the exact number, but we have PSPG or PNP personnel through the PSPG deployed to our Vice President.
Sir, yung ganito karami ba, normal ba siya? Or meron ba kayong nakikitang, kasi sir, sa assessment, may risk ba talaga sa kay Vice President Duterte for her to have such a huge number ng ganong security personnel?
I'm really not private kasi hindi lang po purely PSPG, but with regards to the deployment of the PSPG, we can defend that, and it's justifiable. But with regards to the other component, di ko po kapisado po, pasensya na po.
Wala namang threat, sir? Wala namang major threat kay
Of course, being the second highest of the land, we always presume the presence of threat pagkakuan. And also, yung entitlement na sinabi ko.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May we hear from Ms. Third Ann Malonzo of Sunstar, followed by Mr. Patrick De Jesus of PTV4.
Sir, good morning. Sir, may mga insidente na ng pamamaril sa mga kapitan, gaya nung nangyari sa Zamboanga, sa Libon, sa Albay. Meron bang natanggap ang PNP na request sa mga barangay official para humingi ng protective security personnel? Kung meron, sir, ilan na po yung mga request at ilan na rin po yung nag-grant?
Well, with regards to the total number of election-related incidents, suspected pa lang kasi meron tayong validation, may validation board. So, all in all, 7. And with regards to the request of yung security for our barangay officials, definitely, kung may mga nakikita tayo na medyo nakaka-apekto ng or threat on the part of these individuals, kahit candidate or hindi candidate talagang we have to provide. Basta after the appropriate threat assessment, it is our duty to really provide such kind of protection.
Sir, yung 7 po na yon na sinasabi niyo suspected election-related incidents, it happened po within since last week or within the election period, sir? Or may mga nangyari na tinitignan na probably related to the election, beyond pa?
Two things here. It happened during the election period, and we have reason to believe that they are really election related.
Sir, may mga listahan na ba, sir, ng mga areas of concern?
With regards to the list of election areas of concern, meron na tayo, but with regards to the official release that is jointly a product of yung AFP, PNP, and Coast Guard and COMELEC, hindi pa kami naglalabas.
Pero sir, can we not identify at least yung mga areas na nasa talagang mataas yung concern?
May usapan po kami kasi ng COMELEC na we cannot release na kabilang, dapat jointly. So maybe I will be initiating some moves kasi I'm happy to report that ang magiging parang operation center ng COMELEC will be our sa National Operation Center natin, PCC. So most likely your data na tinatanong ay madaling ma-acquire yan.
Sir, last on my part, maybe, I don't know if you can answer or General Rabaya. Meron na ba, sir, data kung ilan ng mga pulis dito ang mga pulis pa na dismiss na, meron ng dismissal order, and yet, aktibo pa rin sa serbisyo, gaya po, sir, nung nangyari dun sa isang pulis involved sa case po, mistaken identity case ni Jemboy, sir?
Yan ang mga tinitingnan natin, nire-review natin. There's already a coordination between our DPRM and NAPOLCOM. Pinapabalikan yung mga records na yon to make sure that hindi maulit yung nangyari kay Jimboy.
Sir, in terms of numbers, wala tayo, sir, pang data on that.
Good morning. Yung sa tanong, I think kung na-issuean na siya ng order, dismissal order, because fully computerized, automated po ang DPRM now. So once na may order po, stop ang salary automatics, dismiss ka automatic yung tao. Unless hindi siya na-issuean ng dismissal order, then there's a probability na baka active siya. Pero kung na-issuean na siya ng dismissal order, definitely he will be dismissed from the service kasi stop kagad ang salary. Hindi siya masasama sa alpha list ng PNP.
Pero kasi, sir, on the case, yung isang police na involved dun nga sa case ni Jemboy, may appeal daw, kaya he remains active. Pero meron na siyang dismissal order way back.
Hindi. What I believe is that hindi siya kagad na issuean ng dismissal order kasi meron pa siyang MR. Because may Supreme Court ruling na once na may MR, hindi pa executory yung decision. Doon sa unang policy namin na once na mag-issue ng decision, automatic executory. But the Supreme Court ruled that they should be, hindi siya executory. So yun yung, kaya hindi namin na-implement kaagad. But once na ma-issue na yung order, definitely stop yung salary.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir Patrick.
Maybe Chief PNP po or General Chinayo can answer po. Si Colonel Herente po ba, yung dating Mandaluyong Police Chief, challenge na po ba niya yung confirmatory drug test?
As far as I know, kasi ang challenge is addressed to another third party. Okay, meron lang nagsasabi, but I have yet to we have yet to receive any copy na formally talaga siyang nag-challenge ng kanyang result na pinigay ng forensic group.
Yung 24 po ba, sir, dumaan ito sa confirmatory test?
Yes, as I said a while ago, ang 24 was the screening test, yung unang pagkuha sa kanya ng ihi, and then After na-screen, it was positive, we need the second step. Ginawa natin yung second step, which is the confirmatory. At naging positive. And that's the time that we issued, our chemist issued yung formal na kanilang report.
So lahat po yung 24 confirmatory na po.
24 na screen siya ng, I think in the morning, and then in the evening dinala ng chemist dito sa forensic group kasi andito yung equipment natin in the evening, and then it underwent the test, and then the result was made known August 26.
Ito pong pag-test sa 115,000 po, kailan po yung naging duration po nito? Ano po yung period, sir?
This was for calendar year 2023. So from January to present, to August.
Kay Chief PNP po, may yun nga po, 1 week na po since nagsimula yung election period and may mga reported po na incidents for the part of PNP po. Can we consider po na kontrolado pa rin po natin yung sitwasyon in terms of peace and security po sa barangay and SK elections?
Yes, the PNP is in control. Pangit naman kasi sabihin na PNP lang because there is active coordination between the other agencies, among the other agencies, especially under the banner of COMELEC. So we are in control and we are constantly monitoring the developments. We are putting our eye on specifically in the development of BARM. Although historically talaga medyo yun ang binabantay talaga natin, and so far, to my assessment, we are on top of the situation.
Thank you, sir. May we hear from Mr. Val Gonzalez of DCRH, sir?
Good morning, Chief. Good morning po. Nung Friday po, may malaking pwersa ho ng NCRPO ang ginamit para magpa-implement ng isang court order sa New Manila, Quezon City. Holiday po that day. Tapos gabi po nung ipinapa-implement yung court order galing sa QCRTC. Ngayon, ang aligasyon ng may-ari ng lupa, si Attorney Levito Baligod, ay mukhang hindi raw ho nagsagawa ng complete staff work ang NCRPO dahil may pending appeals pa na dinidinig sa korte. Tapos incomplete daw po yung mga requirements na dala-dala ng NCRPO, like wala daw ho yung PCOP certification. Bakit sinira daw ho yung CCTV, gayong 8 meters ho ang taas ng CCTV? Inaalaw ho ba yung ganito, lalo na yung eksena ay sa harapan po mismo ng station commander ng Galas Police Station?
Well, this is my first time to hear about that, so to be safe, I will get the details muna para hindi tayo magkamali.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, sir. May we hear from Mr. Mark Macalalad, sir, for the last question?
Good morning po, sir. Chief, tanong ko lang dun sa kay Colonel Cesar Herente po, no, na positive nga sa confirmatory drug test. Magkakaroon po ba tayo ng backtracking dun sa mga previous accomplishments niya? Especially, di ba, last July, mayroong mga na-discover taniman ng marijuana sa Mandaluyong. So, paano po natin, ano po yung gagawin ng hakbang ng PNP sa mga previous accomplishments?
Well, when it comes to what do you call that, investigation of admin cases, when it comes to his good deeds, if he will invoke it, it may form part of the mitigating circumstances. This can be considered. Going back to the previous question, definitely if there were lapses that were committed, we will not sleep on these lapses committed.
How about, sir, yung mga tao niya? I understand, negative naman din sa drug test dahil nagkaroon ng drug test ulit sa Mandaluyong noong August 28 naman. So, sir, ano po ang gagawin natin dun sa mga subordinates niya po? Para malaman, sir, kung gaano kalawak, baka mamaya may na-influensyahan din po ba si Colonel Herente?
Well, yan ang kasama sa mga monitoring natin. Because yung circle niya, mga immediately under him, yun ang mga tinututukan natin. Aside from those that tested positive, ano yung mga activities ng mga circles niya?
Nagkakaroon po ba ng unitary assignment din sa mga Mandaluyong police, sir? after this happens, sir, to make sure lang na walang influence si Colonel Herente?
Kung yung kakalabasan ng investigation, kasi we don't want to be sweeping naman kaagad yung decision. It will be unfair for those who are innocent. So depende na kung those who are really involved sa paggamit.
Thank you, sir.
Are there any more questions? Yes, sir.
Sir, what happened to the 24 nung na nag-test positive sa confirmatory test? What's their status? Admin. The 24, sir, you've mentioned yung 24 yung nag-positive sa confirmatory test?
Yes, they will be made to face yung administrative admin charge, which is conduct and becoming of a police officer. At ang magkakandak dito is yung respective unit commanders nila.
That's ongoing process yan, sir?
Yes, I suppose yung mga 24 na for 2023 ha. For 2023, yes.
Doon sa mga previous cases, sir, pag nag-dismissal ba yan, sir? Yun talaga ang ultimate penalty.
It's yung drug involvement or yung paggamit ng droga is a continuing requirement ng PNP personnel. So once na ma-prove ka na you are using drugs, automatic dismissal po ang pataw. It's a grave misconduct.
Thank you.
Any more, sir?
That's na lang, sir. Sir,
Sir Alfred.
thank you. Sir, pwede mong malaman how much budget have you proposed for next year? Nag-depend ata kayo sa Senate. And can you give us some details?
Yung SANEP natin is maybe we can although I'm happy to report that there are some congressmen who manifested na dadagdagan yung suporta or yung fund for the PNP. They have manifested yung support to add because of they were convinced that the PNP is doing well. So nagpapasalamat naman ako. So yung notion that we are being respected by our legislators ay to some extent with that gesture ay nirespeto tayo ng ating mga legislators. So with regards to the amount, pwedeng kay kuwan na lang. We will inquire from the DC.
Wala tayong ballpark figure. How many business?
So we'll provide later, sir. We'll provide later you of the figures, sir, just to make sure, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Any more questions, sir, ma'am? Sir Brian, for the last question, Sir Brian.
Sir, yung 24 na police na nag-positive, saan sila, sir? Saan sila, may concentration ba? May malaking number ba dun sa mga police na parang same na lugar?
I cannot, hindi ko lang, sorry hindi ko yung very yung specific na kung anong region, but we can provide you the data. Meron kami yan. Kasi if we have the number, we have kung saan sila galing. But as of now, I have yet, wala pa akong figure. Yung mga details.
Thank you very much, sir. Before we end, sir, may we hear the closing statement of our Chief PNP, sir?
Yes, again, once again, sa inyong lahat, magandang umaga, and I'm thankful for this press briefing to somehow magkaroon ng opportunity para makilala ang police, what had been done, or what are the prevailing situation, and what we are doing on matters of concern. And again, let me take this opportunity that these setbacks, these observations na lumalabas, we take it positively because I look at yung organization for us to change is someone, dapat may magsasabi kung may puwing kami sa mata. And it's you, the media, and the community. Then eventually, the police force will act appropriately with all this observation, with all this critique. And eventually, to my assessment, pag tuloy-tuloy ito, mag-normalize and we will come up with a very respectable police force. Yan ang nakikita kong endgame nito. And on the part of the police, let's continue doing our job. We have a high trust rating. Nakita natin, pangatlo tayo sa mga agencies, among the 25 agencies. And I move around, mataas din ang trust rating sa mga ating kapulisan. And also, I talked with the ambassadors previously. They have high regards, they have high respect to our organization. They are telling us that we are doing well. In the Congress, they manifested their support na dadagdagan ng budget natin. They are convinced that we are doing greatly. So, hindi tayo mahiya. Kung may mga setbacks man, it's all part of the job, but it's all a part of parang birth pains to come up with the best PNP organization. So tayo ay magtulungan, kaya natin to, and we will come up with a very respectable police force. Magandang umaga.
Thank you very much to our Chief PNP Police General Benjamin Acorda Jr. and of course to other senior PNP officers, to our friends from the media. Thank you very much. And that ends our press briefing. Good morning to everyone.